So, hey guys, thank you so much for being here for this Scream Queens chat. Honestly, I thought it was going to be a long time before I chatted live with you guys again. If you haven't seen on Twitter, I won the battle against Warner Brothers, so everything with my channel is back to normal, so I can be live and there's no issues and no restraints on my account. But I just want to thank everyone who commented or watched or gave a thumbs up to that video where I explained everything that was going on with me. For all the positive vibes and everything that you put out there. I do feel like that helped. And I thought it would at least take like 10 to 14 days. That's what they told me initially. So the fact that it took just a couple after I filed the thing on Friday, so it took just a few days, is just amazing to me. So I really feel like everything you guys did by putting positive vibes out into the universe was helping. So thank you so very much. I really appreciate everyone's support and everyone's super kind comments. That means everything to me. I'm hoping I don't have any more issues. I'm still planning on probably not being live when shows are actually on, but I can explain that at another time. But you came here to talk about Scream Queens, so we should definitely do that. But I'm going to shout out those of you who are in the room right now. If you want to say hey, if you haven't said hey, then say hey so I can say hey back. So I see that Julie is here, Vanessa, see Deja, Jacob, Carson, Victor, Jackson, Matthew, Brian, Sarah, Ashley, Stavros, and I think maybe there's more. William, thank you so much for being here. Louisa, thank you. It's so great to have all of you here today. So Mega Poke is here. So you know what? I feel bad because on my last video, there were like 3 or 4 people who said they've already revealed the third green meanie, and that is Wes. And I was like, no, that is not what they meant. I didn't take it that way. He just flipped out and killed Chamberlain. But for those of you who said that or thought that, you were absolutely right. So he is the third green meanie. Now the question remains, is there a fourth, or is there any way we can work Grace into the finale? And I still think there's hope. Yes, Jackson, we just started. I still think there is hope to see her in some way, to have her in the finale in some way. But I was a little let down because I'm thinking maybe there's not hope. Maybe we did find out all 3 green meanies in the episode before the finale. I was kind of hoping they would save the reveal for the finale, but if that reveal was Wes, that's kind of like not a great reveal, not shocking. So I'm kind of wondering, what are they saving for the finale? Because we know who all the green meanies are, I think, you know. So I don't really think Hester is one of the killers. That's what Dominic is asking. I think she's like the organizer of what's been going on. I think she's kind of been organizing Cassidy and possibly Wes, you know, because that's her dad. But I also think once Hoffel got on board, she was kind of orchestrating all of this. So, but Vanessa is bringing up a point here that there was that green meanie. This is why I thought that Wes wasn't the green meanie, because a green meanie attacked Wes and Dean Munch. So that's a really good point, and that leaves it open for Grace to be that next green meanie if there is a next green meanie. I mean, they haven't really been saying there's going to be another. They don't have to in order to have another, but they haven't said like we're going to reveal another green meanie or whatever, but that could be like the surprise. I do think the Dean will be cured. Dominic is asking about that because I don't see, unless Jamie Lee wants to leave the show or something, I don't feel like she's going to die and leave the show. But I mean, I just feel like if Grace isn't coming back and if there's not another green meanie, then who is, or what are they saving for the finale? Like, what kind of surprises they have in store? Julie's wondering if Brock might be a killer. Definitely. I mean, they've hinted around at that a lot, especially last night when he was trying to strangle Chanel and he was like, but I have my new hand, but maybe maybe Cassidy put some parts of my bad hand in there. And she's like, well, you're using both of your hands. So he definitely has killer tendencies. Now he's with Hester. So who knows what's going to happen? I still don't feel like him being another green meanie is going to be that shocking, but he may just end up killing people. I don't know. Hi, Nice. Thank you for being here. Hi, Kiara. Hi, Hannah. But I do definitely think there's no way we won't get some kind of surprise next week of some sort, whether that's just Grace making an appearance or there was another killer, or, I mean, they've already told us in the preview that Denise is alive. So, well, I think we all thought that. but they confirmed it. Well, actually, Hester confirmed it, and then she was definitely in the preview. So I'm really happy about that. I mean, another surprise could be Chad coming back, but they haven't really said anything like he's still alive. But I mean, I always kind of thought he might be alive because he's such a good part of the show, and he was such a funny part, just like Denise. So where do I think they're going with season 3? That's something we've kind of talked about in live chats before, and a lot of people were hoping that the rumor about summer camp will come true and they'll use that for season 3. And I think that would be good because the hospital theme has really kind of failed them this season, and I think a younger setting would be good. But I mean, I feel like Ryan Murphy really likes to put like the older generation in there. Like he want, Brooke Shields, I think she looks really good, but I feel like she's 50s or something. Like he likes maybe for his own self to put older actors in there. So I don't think even if we put them in a younger setting, he'll still want to have like famous adults in there. Niece doesn't think there's a 4th green meanie because we already know who killed who from this episode, which I really like that because I don't think we did that. Maybe we did last season, but I don't remember it. But I love the breakdown of who killed who, like which GM killed who. So we realized that Wes has been doing this since the beginning. So it wasn't like he just showed up and killed Chamberlain and decided to kill more people. Okay, so we do have Cassidy's crazy mom, and she is an issue. I feel like she will die. I still feel like Cassidy could die. William says that you have a theory that at the beginning of the episode, we saw how the Green Meanies were trying to scare the Chanels, and they bought the KK t-shirt. So yes, with the like Barbie or the dummy. So the 4th GM has to be someone from the first season if they reference season 1. Well, but Wes knows about that, even though he wasn't. I mean, he knows about it from being, in that season and from having 2 daughters on campus, kind of. So I don't know. But Brooke was great. The title of the show was hilarious. Loving the D. So funny. I mean, I don't know. That was so funny. I think it's really funny how Chanel's kind of getting her dream come true because she's going to be, even that's the plan. I don't know if that's going to come true, but she's supposed to be hosting a show. I wonder if they could do that for the next season, that she's hosting a show and like everyone's like assistants are helping her with the show. That would be kind of interesting. But it's funny because I think she talked about how she wanted to be like Barbara Walters, or she wanted to be, like a newscaster. So she's kind of getting her dream now, which is just funny. It's all so silly. Thomas, hi, thank you for being here. Thought the episode was amazing, so funny. Also, you're very excited for the finale, and you hope that Grace is going to be coming back. I do still have hope about that. I feel like that's something they want to make a surprise so they wouldn't feature her in the preview or mention her as far as like, oh, Grace is going to come back next week. I don't know. I mean, she could also come back to check on her dad, who sadly is dead. They're not bringing him back. So maybe that will happen. I could definitely see Brock dying or any of the main adult characters because we just don't really need them to carry on into season 3. Louisa loved how Hoffel tried to kill Chanel using the oil. Back to how that one girl from KKT was burned, like the former president. That was so funny. I completely agree. But then, of course, Wes committed suicide in the oil. So it was crazy. Total craziness. Hi, Luke. Thank you for being here. I don't think Cassidy's mom could be Grace Jackson because, I mean, not much time has passed, and that woman is probably, I don't know how old she is, but I don't think there's any way like that, we've only like a year has passed or a couple years, so she couldn't have like, aged that much. We only have one more episode, Diego, which is the finale next week. It's been a 10-episode season. Deja thought it was funny that while number 5 is the most annoying, she's the smartest. Love that. So they were taking the MCATs, and of course, Chanel 3 and Chanel 1 were cheating with the help of Brock and Cassidy, but Chanel 5 was she's actually studied and she did really well, almost a perfect score. So she is the smartest, which is really funny. Yeah, we did have Chanel 7 die with the cookies. That was so funny. I'm sorry. I thought that was so funny. You know what? This is something I'm just going to quickly mention, but I've had people tell me they've been offended by me laughing at some of the people with diseases or murders or whatever in the episodes in this show. And I'm just like, I don't know why you would watch this show if I offend you, because it's a comedy. So like, that's just weird to me. Like, I don't know. I mean, this show is a comedy through and through. It's more of a comedy than a horror show. And if like the deaths on here or the diseases that people have, if that's offensive, they're totally making fun of all of it. So like, Don't watch me and don't watch them. I just don't understand that. I'm just going to throw that out there. It's like, I don't understand how that's offensive because you watch the show, then you watch me, and I don't understand those type of comments, but usually I ignore them, but I did respond to someone today because I was just like, that makes no sense to me. Yes, I saw Denise. I'm so excited for her to come back. Do I think this end of season 2 will be like the end of season 1, asked Brian. Well, you know what? Like, season 1 ended on kind of a cliffhanger, and they didn't really resolve it right away. It was really strange how they did it, but, you know, I don't know what they're going to do for this season, and I don't even know if it will connect into season 3. Dominic says they have a bomb in the finale again. Yes, they've had a lot of repetitive storyline in both seasons, but I guess it's okay. I think when people stop trying to make this a serious show, a horror show, a mystery show, you know, only that, and accept it for, I would just really categorize this as a comedy. So once you look at it that way, you don't get where you're like, oh, this didn't add up or this didn't make sense. I think you just have to totally look at it as like a spoof show on horror shows and not be like, oh, you know, that didn't add up or that's not possible or that's not realistic, because the show is totally not realistic in any way whatsoever. I do also want to mention about Alan Thicke. Some of you guys may not have known who he was. I talked briefly about it on Twitter last night, but it relates to the show. Alan Thicke was mostly a big star in the 80s. He was on Growing Pains, and he played the dad on that show, but he's been in tons of other stuff, and he was in Scream Queens. I'm sure you guys remember him. He played Chad Radwell's dad, and he kind of had the same kind of personality as Chad. He was like really stuck-up rich guy. He was a really good choice for that role. If you Google it, you can see photos of them together to, you know, maybe you'll remember him if you don't remember him now. So that is really sad because he died suddenly yesterday from a heart attack. I don't think he'd been sick or anything. And if you watch This Is Us, he was in season 1, episode 1 of that show. And I think he's been in like so many other things. So I just wanted to say rest in peace to him because that is very sad. He's kind of like a television icon, and it's sad that he is gone. Do I think number 3 is going to die? You know, I really think this show should kill off one of the Chanels. I don't see them killing off Chanel 1, but I think that they should kill off one of them just to spice things up. But I don't know. If they leave Chad dead, then I'm okay with it because, you know, they really didn't kill Denise. And then I don't think they've really killed anyone big at all this season, but maybe they just want to keep the same people around for season 3. But as far as Alan Thicke, I do expect there to be something next week after the finale, like in the credits that says something about him, since he did play, you know, Chad's dad in a few episodes, and I think that was kind of a memorable role. And as Vanessa is mentioning, Robin Thicke, who most of you should know, who is the singer, that is his dad. You're probably more aware of who he is. So very sad. Jacob says you were just sad number 7 died. Love the comedy of the show. Yeah, I mean, I don't really think I was sad about her dying just because we kind of just met her, but the way she died was kind of funny, in my opinion. But I mean, to me, all of it's funny because it's a comedy. It's not real life. No one's really dying. There's no green meanie, you know. Chanel 1 is super annoying, but I feel like they kind of need Emma to be in the show, you know. Yeah, Chad's dad wasn't very nice. He was a lot like Chad, but again, he was just playing a role there. Yeah, I don't think Emma's going anywhere. I agree with Leland on that. She's basically the star of the show, and I know some shows kill off their stars, but again, this is the comedy. Seriously a comedy. I mean, you know, when you look at it, seriously, it's comedy. But anyway, I don't think they're going to get rid of her. I don't see that happening, but I could see one of the other 2 dying, but I don't expect that. But could they go there? Yes, but I could also see them going there and then saying next season, like, guess what? They didn't really die, you know? So Dominic says you would love if they had season 3 with Chanel number 1 as a dean at Wallace. And yes, I would be so happy if they found a way to go back to the school setting. I think that would be really good. But I don't know. I don't know if that would be too repetitive, like kind of a copy from season 1. But I think that that would be interesting. I think most of us would agree that we really liked that school setting. I don't know. It just felt more relatable, I think, than the hospital, you know, unless any of you guys work in like the medical field. I don't know. But to me, I liked it a lot better. Luke would like to see Crazy Grace in the asylum. I absolutely would love that. So I am so hoping we see her. And I mean, we have never seen her like out of control or anything, so I would absolutely love that. I just hope we see her like in some way. And I personally, Julie says she hopes number 5 stays alive. I personally hope that all the Chanels live. I just don't, I'm still not happy that Chad is dead. I'm still holding out hope that they're going to be like, that's a surprise. He's not really dead. Hi, Ethan. Yes, thank you so much. And hi, Philip. Thank you guys for being here. Do we know if the original Green Meanie really did die, asks Hannah. So I guess that was supposed to be Cassidy's dad. And I don't know. I mean, that's what his mom is saying, but she's super shady. So, Dominic really hopes that Chanel gets renowned by her parents because she's funnier while she's rich. Amir says, according to IMDb, Chad does come back in the season finale. So, hey, that's good. I mean, I don't know if he's coming back like he didn't die or if he is in a flashback. I mean, I'm just still hoping that, oh, Cassidy's uncle. Sorry, niece. Yes, thank you. Cassidy's uncle, not Cassidy's dad. Yeah, when I was saying that, I was like, I'm not really sure. But anyway, I do hope that we get a 3rd season because I would like to, no, season 3 hasn't been confirmed, but if you're on Twitter, I guess, or like Snapchat, or if you follow them anywhere, they will let you know. I remember when they like tweeted out and everything that it got renewed for season 2. So that's the first way that you will know. If you follow them on social media, they will announce it like soon. So, I mean, as soon as they know. So, I would suggest doing that, but I haven't heard anything about it being renewed, but I think it's a little bit too early for them to even know or make that type of announcement. So I'm just really hoping that it does get renewed because it's really gotten better with the last like 4 or 5 episodes. And which is good because for the longest time, it really wasn't good this season. So, but Gabe is asking if I like season 1 or season 2. And I did like season 1 more. I think most of us did, but this season has gotten better with the last few episodes. So that's good because really I didn't like it at all for a while. Carson says, was anyone else as shocked as you were when Wes died? Kept thinking Cassidy would push Hoffel in. Yeah, I mean, I was kind of surprised, and I was surprised that he was the one who did that to himself. But I think, he wasn't really even supposed to be in this episode or this season, and he just kind of showed up unexpectedly. And I think it's okay that he died because his purpose was over in season 1. So I don't think anyone was really sad that he died. I don't know. I mean, I did like him and I liked him in season 1, but it was kind of weird that he went crazy and everything. So I think it's fine that he died. Matthew feels like Chad's death was still a bigger part of the story this season because of all of his inheritance being left to the dean. Yeah, and that really made no sense. And then it made her look really suspicious. Like, did she kill him or what was the deal with that? So, I mean, maybe I feel like there definitely could be more to that. And I really hope we see him and we see Grace in the finale. Dominic wants to know if I think Cassidy's mom will kill people. I mean, she seems definitely crazy enough to do that. She's completely insane. I do think Zayday will live, and I think somebody will help her escape. Maybe even like Cassidy and who is it, Chanel 3. I think that they will help her escape once they realize she's under there. So I could definitely see his mom dying because I don't see the point of her being in another season. Like, I really feel like she's going to die. But I feel like a lot of people could die. I don't know if Brock will die or if he'll just like leave or something. I don't see him coming back in season 3. I wasn't surprised that Brooke Shields died. She was in 1 episode and died in the same episode. Philip would like to see Hester kill someone again. Yes and no, because she was the killer last season. So it's like, I kind of like the fact that she's organizing everything and she's not playing the same role as she did in season 1. But I don't know. I don't know if she would die or not. And, Dominic's asking if she might die. I don't know. Yeah, I like the way that Leah Michelle plays her too because it's very Well, actually, it's funny because I used to watch her in Glee and she was like so neurotic in Glee in a different way. But now she's like psycho killer neurotic. So it's still kind of similar if you think about it. Luke is asking if Brock and Hester are a couple now. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. It's kind of a new thing. I don't know. I think that's kind of funny as well. So Matthew says that Hoffel doesn't realize that Hester actually killed Mrs. Bean. Right. She thinks, I think, that Chanel 1 did it, right? I think that's what she thinks. Yes, and this is something we were talking about last week that William is bringing up, is that he would like to see the Red Devil again. I thought maybe we would, but I don't know. I don't know if we will, but it would be nice. Julie says that Hester is Rachel 2.0. Yeah, she definitely is. She's like the evil twin of Rachel, absolutely, without the singing. Which Murphy show is my favorite? Asked Philip. Oh man, that's hard. You know what's great about Ryan Murphy is that all his shows are just so different. They really are. You would think they would be more similar, but they're really different. And I don't know. I probably have to say American Horror Story, but at one time, Nip Tuck was I thought it was better than all of these shows, but then the last season was so terrible that I can't say it was the best show because he killed the last season. For some reason, he has like a bad track record of killing the final season of shows, because I know Glee to me got a lot worse as time went on. So I don't know what that means for this show or American Horror Story, but it does make me concerned that we could start having like a really bad final season for these shows. So hi, Christy. Thank you for being here. Dominic says for some reason Hester killed people last season because Chanel #1 was a bully, but yet she's kind of friends with Chanel now. Yeah, it's funny. She is. I mean, she's kind of friends with her, but she's like one of those people who acts like she's your friend, but she would totally stab you in the back or kill you in this case. So you can't trust her. Yeah, I actually stopped watching Glee. And Julie's saying it was worse after season 3. I don't know how many seasons it ended up at, but I remember when I really like Corey Monteith, and when he died, I was like, I'm going to start watching this again and see like how they do a tribute to him and everything. And I remember like, I think it was the tribute episode about Corey. And I was like, this is so weird. And I was like, what am I watching? This doesn't seem like Glee. And I used to love Glee. So I don't know how many seasons it had or I don't know, but to me it was so weird. Yes, hi, thank you, Liam. Yes, I tweeted out today that I won my little dispute with the Warner Brothers, so I'm very happy as well. Oh, so there were 6 seasons of Glee, and I think I stopped watching around 3 or 4, so wow, yes, I really missed out, but maybe I didn't really miss out because I just got really bored. I even watched like the what was it, the reality show where they had like regular people coming on to try to be like a new cast member or something. I really like that, actually. Philip asked if I could imagine a crossover show of Scream Queens and American Horror Story. I don't know. I feel like he put some of the elements of Scream Queens into American Horror Story because they like, if you watch this season of American Horror Story, there was a lot of comedy in there and a lot of like irony and poking fun at he likes to poke fun at stuff that's in the, in the media and current day stuff. And I really thought that was cool. So I feel like there's elements of his shows that are similar, but then in some ways they're totally different. The Glee Project, yes, I really, really like that. Julie says they were painful season, and it was painful seasons, and it was even worse after Corey died. So, but I hated that he died, hated that. That really bothered me. I loved him on that show. But I know there are a lot of the cast members changed and everything after that. Yes, so Jacob is saying that Dr. Levin was a Kappa, which was really funny. It was really funny how much the Chanels were like obsessed and in love with her. I thought that was so funny. Luke says you thought the beginning of the episode when the 3 green meanies tried to kill the Chanels, I thought that was funny because also you saw that Cassidy was like, no, she's mine. Like, he didn't want the Chanels to get killed, especially his girlfriend. So Liam says it would be funny to see Denise on American Horror Story. It really would be. It would be funny to have that type of comedy on there. I mean, I don't know. I would like that. Yeah, Corey Dine was absolutely, I don't know why that really bothered me a ton. You didn't like Finn, really? I liked him. I don't know. I really liked him. I mean, the fact that he was actually, what's her name's Leah Michelle's boyfriend in real life, it just made it all worse, Hi, Fort Walton Beach Girl. Yes, I got all of this resolved, and I'm so happy that it happened so quickly. So thank you so much. Jacob loved Chanel #3, reasoning against Cassidy's mom. She was totally right. Yeah, I love that. That was a good moment for her. Oh, okay. Julie says that Finn outed Santana. Yep, I do remember seeing that. You're right. That was not cool. You're right. Thank you, niece. I appreciate it. Liam says your highlight of the episode was definitely Chanel's line about bad experiences with fry oil. That was really funny. I completely agree. I really do think Emma is going to return to American Horror Story when they do the Coven and Murder House crossover. I can't see her not being in it, but I guess she died. So maybe she'll be in a ghost form or something. Billy says there's a rumor that Chanel might die in the finale since there's a possibility that Scream Queens may not get renewed. I mean, I hope not, unless they know for sure that it's not coming back. I don't see them doing that, but I don't know. But I wanted to mention that I will have my video with my extended thoughts on this episode up tomorrow. So if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. I'd really appreciate that type of support. And if you could thumbs up this video, that would be wonderful as well. I still haven't watched what is wrong with me? I still haven't watched the PLL 7B promo. I don't know what is wrong with me. That is just irresponsible. I will do that, like, as soon as we're done here. Christy says you were so annoyed when Chanel number 5 got almost a perfect score by herself and no one cared. No, I know. I feel bad for her because literally everyone treats her terribly and they just don't care about her, and it makes me really sad. That's awful. Yeah, I've got to watch that promo and I'll let you know what I think about it. Hi, Firkin. Thank you so much for being here. Jacob's hoping that Scream Queens gets to season 3. I definitely hope so. I think it definitely deserves it, especially after getting better towards the end of this season. Hi, Alejandra. Thank you so much for being here. Do I like Chanel number 1 or Madison? That's hard. You know, I feel like they're a lot alike. They're a lot alike, honestly. I was going to say that Chanel is actually worse than Madison, but I feel like they're about the same. So it's hard to say. You don't know why you don't care about this season, says OG. I don't like it as much as last season, but I'm just really glad it's gotten so much better because I really didn't like it at all until just the last few episodes. So yeah, the entire show is super unrealistic, Firkin. So yes, the fact that she got almost a perfect score on the MCATs is crazy. Like, it doesn't make sense, but then the whole show doesn't really make sense. But I really do think that we will have a 3rd season just because Ryan Murphy shows don't tend to get canceled, you know, even if they aren't the best. So Nee says that Madison was darker. Yeah, she was, but then they can be, you know, have darker characters on that show because it's not a comedy. But I loved Coven. I loved that season. And Tom Tom really misses season 1. I know it definitely was better. I'm not going to even argue about that. But again, this season has gotten to the point where we kind of like it, or at least I kind of like it. And at first I was like, I don't like it. When I got in here talking to you guys, I was like, I just don't think it's very good, you know? So for those of you wondering like what shows I will be covering soon, I've had a couple people ask me to do videos on The Man in the High Castle season 2. Now this is an Amazon Prime show. I don't know how many of you have access to Amazon Prime or you've watched season 1. It's really good. It's a science fiction show. So I'm thinking about doing videos only for that. I don't want to do chats because it's a type of show where you can watch the entire season in one day if you would like. And I'm definitely scared of people coming in the room with spoilers or people accidentally saying things even though they're not trying to spoil, and I don't want to be spoiled. I don't want anyone else to be spoiled. So I'm thinking about doing videos on that 2nd season, which I think comes out in January. And I'm still thinking about a couple other things. There's a show on the CW that I'm going to look into. For some reason, I forgot. Riverdale. A lot of people have asked me about Riverdale. It's a brand new show. So I don't know if I'm going to like it or not, but I think the way I'm going to handle it is watch the first episode, see what I think. If I like it, I will just go ahead and do a video. Maybe after that, we can start doing the chats. And yes, I do need to watch Stranger Things. I haven't watched any of that. Julie says there's a new sci-fi show on Netflix airing this Friday, and I don't know about that, so I need to check that out. Hi, Kim. Thank you for being here. I did start Fuller House. I got like distracted by some other shows and I stopped it, but I did like it. And I've never watched Empire, and I know I've missed several seasons, so that's probably not going to happen. Oh, Man in the High Castle starts Friday. Okay. But with that show, it's like, I've never done a show where you can see the whole season at once. So I'm just going to let you know, like, if I decide to do the videos, which I'm thinking about doing, I'm probably not going to be like putting them all out in 1 week or like, you know what I mean? Because the whole season's going to be out there. So I'll probably do them at my pace, and I'll probably do them like in the downtime that we have waiting on other shows like How to Get Away with Murder. And I'm still iffy about it because I know there are people out there who just love to comment on people's videos and say spoilers. So I'm very concerned about doing that type of show, but I'm willing to try it. You know, another show that I watched that's like that is Orange is the New Black, and it had a huge cliffhanger, and I refused to do videos on that next season because I would die if I got spoiled on that. But I just don't have the time to sit and watch, you know, that show, any of those shows the first day that it comes out. I can't watch the whole season, and I don't really want to. So I'll have to do those type of videos like on my time and see how that goes. And if people start acting like jerks in the comments with spoiling things, then I'll probably never do one of those type of shows again. So we'll see how it goes. I will give it a chance, but it's actually time for me to let you guys go. I could definitely do that, Julie. I never even thought about that. Julie says I can just watch it, all of it, and then post videos. That makes sense because, and I know it's like none of you guys would ever get on here and spoil. It's random people, trolls of the internet, who are searching with keywords, and they could see me talking about episode 1 and realize I've only watched episode 1, and they watch the whole thing, and they'd be like, well, this person dies and this person does that. So it's like, I can't have that happen after it happened again with, or it happened to me with How to Get Away with Murder. So I don't want someone to spoil an entire season after I've seen one episode. So I think that's a great idea, and Julie is really smart. So thank you. So maybe that's what I'll do. I'm planning on I'm for sure gonna watch it, and I'm definitely planning on doing the videos. But thank you guys so much for being here. There were so many of you here today, and that makes it way more fun than just me talking to myself on here. So thank you. Again, my new video will be up tomorrow, and I can't believe that I only have one more week, I guess, of this year doing videos, unless I start doing these Man in the High Castle. I don't know, but I will keep you guys updated next week if I will have any more shows before the end of the year. But the end of the year is almost here, and then other stuff's coming back, so it's not like I'll be gone for long. But I hope you guys have a great rest of your week, and thank you so much for joining me and for all your support in my issue with Warner Brothers, and I'm so glad it has been fixed. So I will talk to you guys really soon, and I will see you tomorrow with my new video. Bye, guys.